my life. I just got a real.
And welcome back to In the Cage with Bards here on NextSportsStar.com. Big thanks to Dan Severn about talking about his career and life in retirement for him. And joining us now, we have the most powerful woman in MMA. She's on site at Memorial Hall in Kansas City right now for tomorrow night's Invicta 4 card. You can find that at InvictaFC.com. There will be a live stream, only $7.95, or as I like to put it, 1/7 of the cost of watching Ronda Rousey's UFC debut. The one, the only Shannon Knapp rejoins the program. How are you doing today, Shannon?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. So what's the feeling on the ground heading into this event? How are things in KC?
Positive. Extremely positive. There's a lot of energy surrounding this event. It's going to be an amazing event. You're not going to want to blink. I think there are going to be a lot of female athletes that make their mark on this event.
Yeah, top to bottom, it's looking good. And even though that you did have to kind of maneuver the main event a bit with the injury to Claudia Gadelha, now Carla Esparza will be fighting Rowdy BeckHyatt. Has that had any effect on the card itself, or is it just an easy substitution to make?
No, the only effect that it's had is that it's created quite a buzz. Beck's been doing a ton of PR. People are excited. She's going to make her debut here in the States, and, I think we get mad props to both her and Carla for, both of them, for her stepping up and Carla taking the fight, and I think it's going to be an amazing matchup. I think people are underestimating this fight for sure.
Yeah, why did you settle on BeckHyatt for the title shot? Because it's not that BeckHyatt is not a great athlete, but it kind of came up out of nowhere in a lot of people's minds.
Well, here's the reason. Beck was already on the card. And anytime you go, you have such a quick replacement type situation, if you're looking in the rankings and things like that, a lot of the girls are ranked out of the country, getting visas and stuff, the timing wasn't good. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, we had offered the fight to a couple of the other female competitors, and Beck is the one that wanted to take it. She was the one that wanted the opportunity, stepped up, and committed to it. So, I commend her, but once again, like I said, I commend Carla because late replacement for a title, that's, mad respect for her saying, yeah, I still want this fight.
Absolutely. So there was other people offered that fight on the Invicta card that turned it down. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah, there were.
Okay. Was there any thought to making the Alexis Davis-Shayna Baszler fight, just bumping that up to main event status? Because those are two of the biggest names in women's MMA right there.
Certainly that could have been an option if we'd have run into problems because, it's a main event worthy, fight as well. So, but, everything aligned, everything is extreme. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better situation, to be honest with you. Claudia even flew in. She's going to be here supporting. So, yeah, there's a huge amount of buzz here on the ground, as we say, surrounding the event, the weigh-ins. We're going to stream those live on our website. So, yeah, I think that you'll get an idea then, kind of, the energy that we're feeling being here on the ground.
I hope so, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be watching the weigh-ins tonight as well. But the main card features two other great bantamweight tilts, Leslie Smith and Raquel Pennington. Amanda Nunes taking on the monster Sarah DeLelio. I mean, these are a couple of great fights. Janet Martin is really doing her job right now. Yeah, no, she's doing a great job. Give her mad props and the athletes. Because I always say this, doesn't matter what kind of a matchmaker you are. On paper, a fight looks good, but if those athletes do not show up to fight, it's a good fight. So, yeah, I mean, we've been blessed on many, many levels, and we couldn't be more excited about this card. Yeah, and there's some great action on the undercard as well. We had Tisha Torres on the program earlier, and I was so won over by Tisha in her debut Invicta fight that I was like, wow, this is one to watch in 2013, Tisha Torres, no doubt. But I see a lot of people counting out Paige Van Zandt just because, for lack of a better term, she comes off as too pretty, I guess. But that is going to be a great fight in itself.
No, I think, you know what, I don't think you can look at this card and say there's a fight on it that's not going to be good. Even if, on paper, it didn't look good, these girls are hungry. They're coming to fight. They're connected. They're supportive of what they're doing. And, I mean, like I said, if you don't know them now, tune in on Saturday and you're not going to ever forget them.
Yeah. Does the Veronica Rothenhauser fight go longer than 10 seconds?
I think so.
Are there contingencies in place if it doesn't?
No, we just go, you know how we run our shows. We go fast. I mean, it's a fast pace because we feel like that's what keeps the energy up in the arena. And not only in the arena, but, you know, for you that are watching online. So, yeah, I mean, if it only lasts 10 seconds, guess what? We're moving on. We're ready for the next one.
Beautiful. And as we've said, this is the first Invicta event that will carry a price tag. Obviously, that has to happen, you know, to run a successful business. But is there any extra pressure being felt by the organization because this is the first time you're asking people to pay for the product?
No, not at all. You know, and I've been asked this a lot, but come on, take a look at the price.
Yeah.
And we have no expectations. We have, you know, we're not out to gouge anyone. We're not out, you know, it's just a natural progression of business. And with that being said, I mean, like I said earlier today, it's the price of a beer. Come on. You're getting 13 fights that are guaranteed to deliver, and it's the price of a beer. How can you beat that?
I drink at pretty cheap places, so that's kind of inflated for a beer price for me. But no, $7.95, like I said off the top, 1/7 of the cost of watching Ronda Rousey's UFC debut. You know, it is a great price point and a great bargain as well. But how did you reach that price point specifically? Why $7.95?
You know, I think it was because we're kind of in between everybody, you know, that does the online pay-per-views. I mean, you know, I think we would have still been okay to go $9.95 or $9.99 or whatever. But, you know, I think I wanted to make a statement and say, listen, we're not out here to, you know, to gouge. We want everybody to still have the opportunity to see it. We want the price point to be very fan-friendly. And I think $7.95 is a price that absolutely says that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Is the long-term plan to remain a web-streamed event? I know I've asked you this before, but has there been any talk lately about acquiring a broadcast partner, or have you not found terms that are to your liking yet?
You know, we are in dialogue, and we've had some offers. We're just taking our time. That's the big deal is that, you know, when you get into a partnership, you know, you want to make sure that you're making the right choices that are good for the company, the athlete, and our goal, which is to continue to build these divisions, you know, and make a difference for the female athletes. Mm-hmm. So, you know, what we're looking for is a partner, not so much someone that's invested financially, but someone that's vested in it, and the growth of it, wanting to see it be successful, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm hearing that maybe that hasn't happened yet, or just the terms somewhere else haven't been quite yet ready for you to make that commitment. Am I right?
Yeah, and you know, I'm also going to say, though, it's not something that we have been aggressively pursuing at this time. We're still in that process of building our brand, and you know, and I always say, if I was a television executive, I would want to see a little more. So I kind of run it the way. That side of it the way I would expect it as a broadcast, you know, someone that was at the head of a company. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at acquiring more data to solidify that we are for real, we're serious, we're a viable product that can stand out there and really, you know, break down those barriers and be competitive.
Yeah, and I'm sure whenever the deal does happen, if it happens, it will be the right deal. And I just, you know, I want to do my little part in making sure as many eyes are focused on Invicta as possible, because 2012, it was just an incredible year for the Invicta promotion. 2013 shaping up to be even better. But when you look back at 2012, is it safe to say that it exceeded your expectations?
Oh, absolutely. I think hands down it did. You know, I always say that, you know, our cup runneth over. Literally, we had no idea that it would, you know, explode the way it did. But the one thing I can tell you that we're most grateful for is the support that we've gotten, whether it be fans, fighters, media, you know, colleagues from the past that I've had. You know, it's been very, very supportive. And, you know, it takes us all, you know, to put our shoulders under something like this to make it grow.
Yeah. And you've added the atomweight title. The strawweight title will be decided on Saturday. What is the next division that will have an Invicta championship?
125 pounds.
125, yeah. And is there just the reason you're just going up weight class by weight class? Is that the idea, or is there 125 any specific reason for that?
You know, no, because I mean, everybody's asked me that question, and you know, it's not like we planned it this way. It's just those are the divisions that we have a concise, clear idea of exactly who should be fighting for that title.
Mm-hmm. Is there ever going to be a 135 title for Invicta, or are you going to leave that to the UFC and the great Ronda Rousey experiment?
Yeah, we're just never going to let that happen. Well, I mean, we're kind of waiting to see how everything shakes out across the board before we do that, as, you can imagine.
Yeah. And you had the talent exchange with Strikeforce. Is that going to continue with the UFC? Is there a possibility of a Bellator talent exchange? I asked Bjorn Redme the same question. He said he'd be open to something like that.
I've had conversations with Bjorn, and yeah, I think that's definitely something. Yeah, like I said before, we're open to working with everybody because, we think that's the best way to continue to help grow the sport. So, will our relationship continue? Yeah. I mean, there would be no reason for it not to. And I can tell you that Sarah Kaufman, she will be making an appearance on our April card. So.
Excellent. All right, more Canadian content. I love it.
Yeah, you gotta love that, right?
Yeah, I have to. We got Alexis Davis this time around, and she was on the show yesterday. I'm really looking forward to that fight with her and Shayna Baszler. And, April, Sarah Kaufman. This is great. Now, if you can just get Cheesecake Morris back on the card, I'll be a happy man.
Yeah, we're working on it. We are working on it.
Excellent. Well, Shannon, you've also got an addition to the commentary team this time out. Bas Rutten, the legendary Bas Rutten, will be joining the team of Julie Kedzie and King Mo Lawal, and that's got to be exciting for you being able to work with Bas again.
Oh, yeah, of course. Who doesn't love Bas, right?
No one. There's no one on the planet who does not like that guy. It's impossible not to like.
Absolutely. That's what I think, too. So, we're delighted to have him aboard. And actually, he's here.
He's here?
He's here if the fans want. We'll push him in here to give us another big plug for the event.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so hang on just a second. I'll put him in.
All right.
Hello.
There we go. Bas Rutten to the rescue. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing awesome. How you guys doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm very excited about this Invicta card, and I'm guessing you are too.
Oh yeah. No, I was super excited. Every show I've been watching, it's great. Like the last show, we had 14 matches. Only 2 went to a decision. The rest of it was all knockouts and submissions. It's insane. These girls, they fight at a high pace. They come in. Everybody's in shape. It's an awesome experience.
It really is, and obviously you've got a long and storied history working with Shannon. How did it work out that you were going to do commentary for this event? Did she just call you up and say, hey, listen, I've got a spot available. Would you be interested?
No. She never asked me that because I'm so crazy busy, and she said, I don't even want to ask. Well, what happened was Mauro Ranallo he couldn't make it this show last second, so she called me and she says, man, do you know anybody who is good? We need an energetic guy, to play off the other two, Julie and Mo. And I was looking, I go, you know what, Shen, I'm free next week. If you want me to do it, I'll jump in tomorrow. And she goes, dude, I would love that, of course. So that's it, and I'm here. We're doing it.
So are you going to be doing play-by-play then for the event?
Yes, this is the first time I'm going to do play-by-play. It's funny that you said it because everybody always goes, and now something is going on with Mike Goldberg, and everybody goes, oh, you should go to the UFC and replace him. I go, first of all, I don't have the time for that. But second of all, he's play-by-play, guys. It's a different commentator. They always give him heat. They say, oh, he doesn't know anything about MMA. Well, it's not his job. That's the caller guy. So, but it's fun. I like to do this because I never did it. I got to open the show, and to be a little bit more on the... on the information side, talking about the background of the girls and all that stuff, and then leave the breakdown, of course, over to Julie and Mo, although, of course, when I see things, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, no, what on the card, just as a fan, what fights are you looking forward to the most?
The main co-main event, of course, and then Amanda Nunes and Delelio. I'm looking forward to that because I realized that both these ladies, in their older wins, it's been finishes. It's like Nunes has 7 wins with 6 knockouts and 1 submission, and then our opponent, the lady, has 6 wins with 5 submissions and 1 knockout. So we know the game plan. One wants it on the ground, the other one's on the feet. But if you talk to all these girls here, yesterday I'm walking around here, everybody's super relaxed. They're all looking. It's a different story. Like the weight cutting with ladies, they're way more relaxed than the guys. Like guys, I have some friends that I want to avoid on the day of the weigh-in because they're trying to kill me. If you say one thing, bad thing, but. For some reason, these girls are totally relaxed, laughing, smiling, and everybody's interacting with each other.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw on Alexis Davis's Facebook today that she woke up on weight. So I don't know. I'm used to, like you, just being afraid to talk to guys before they weigh in. Can I get a comment? Oh, I'm gonna kill you. That's my comment. So it must be a nice change of pace for you.
It really is. It really is. And now also we're here early for the weigh-ins. We're sitting here just, having fun, singing songs or whatever for fun. And the girls already, they come in once and they're all talking. Everybody's interacting with each other and having fun.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great card, and it's going to only get better with El Guapo on the mic there. Bas, thank you so much for joining the program today, and thanks Shannon as well, because obviously this all happens because of her, and I'd love to have you back some other time.
Right on, my friend. Sounds good. Godspeed, party on.
Godspeed, party on. Bas Rutten here on In the Cage with Bards on exportstar.com, and we'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
You're the one.